Let me turn this on here. I think I'm getting it too loud.
Coming this fall to Channel 5, Jace and the Wheeled Warriors. She-Ra, Princess of Power. The series premiere of Realm of the Underworld. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Thundercats. Coming this fall only on Channel 5.
And we are back.
We're back.
Oh, we're back for another edition of Mike and Kreg vs. the Past. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to the big program. I definitely screwed up the intro on this, so when people watch on YouTube,
great. That was great. I was live. All right, yay! All right, team's up.
What's going on, everyone? Oh, we got a crowd already. We got a big show today, don't we, sir?
We have a lot. We got enough to talk about. Well, first off, man, I'm glad you're here. I thought we're going to lose you today.
Yeah, sorry,
you were flooded out. God.
Well, we had some severe weather here out in New York. There was torrential rain. I lost the ceiling, the roof. That a lot of water damage. Kind of crazy here. And then we had the Well of Souls here because we have a window well, like an egress window, and it was filled with water and snakes. And speaking of Well of Souls with snakes, what's that on your shoulder?
So I have some Indiana Jones cartons here that are sealed, right? So I bought these a little while ago. I'm gonna say years ago. Does it have a year ship date? Let's see. Should have a ship date on it, but I'm trying to figure out like what this is here. Well, this came from Hasbro Direct, and it went to Entertainment Earth.
Well, that was the Crystal Skull era, so that had to be like 2009.
Yeah, I believe it is. Like I have a few of these here. This would I believe you're right. It is 2000 at least two. What are these actually? Let's see. Because they started. This is the first year this is Grail Knight. So,
that's the best figure. Well, that and Henry Jones.
Made 2009. Yeah, you're right. So obviously the stamp date's 2008. Usually street date doesn't go until maybe a year later. So
those later figures were hard to get. Those were mostly at like what's that store that people were finding them?
Yeah.
Was it like was it Aldi's?
That's a grocery store, man. That's where they sell like
Yeah.
like really? They had this stuff at Aldi?
Yeah, so when He-Man when He-Man versus the Snake Men came out, I actually had people in Pennsylvania getting me that line out in Pennsylvania,
Yeah. So the neat thing about these, right? And anybody who collects cartons, okay?
That would
Yeah,
never
right.
work.
Yeah. So anybody collects cartons. Hey, what's up, Nick? You when you view these, all right. So anything dealing with the serial numbers, so it's like 4007-0000, right? And then they have like a little P on the end of it. It's usually what ends up happening when they do this is that little P determining because usually it'll be like 40001 or something. Let me just make sure that so the P nomenclature right here actually determines the hey, what's going on, man? It actually determines the variance code. Okay, so usually what ends up happening is they'll short pack something else in this, or they'll pull something out of it. All right. So usually for what that is here, and the real fuck part is that they can have something very similar to these and actually sell Star Wars the same way. So it'd be like, oh, we're gonna do 4007, blah, 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 and then this could be this P indicator can actually change that. Okay, so anyway, so if anybody has cartons of these, okay, go ahead and take a look at and I just see Facebook users here, so I just want to make sure that
Facebook user mac and cheese. I would love some mac and cheese. That would be a lot better than the cereal I had for dinner. So
just found out that a freaking oh my god, that's probably Krista. I just found out that there's a place in New York City that just does mac and cheese. We just literally had a conversation just recently with you knew about this place.
Yeah. I mean, well, there's a lot of places in New York, but I've been to one that do mac and cheese only.
I frequent a place in New Hope, right? And we just were sitting down, and I was like, "Well, if you were to open up a restaurant, would you open?" She's like, "I'd open up a mac and cheese place." And I was like, "It'd never go. It would fail out of the gate." No way it wouldn't, because that place has been in business for 15 years, and I was just like, "What?"
You know, it's funny. The best food I've ever had in New York City, because I'm just right outside New York City, is I'm not a hot dog person. I hate hot dogs. But Gray's papaya, right? The hot dogs used to be like 50 cents. They're trash. They are the most delicious hot dogs I've ever had in my life. What the fuck are you doing?
So here is 4007 again, 0000B. Okay, so you have the B.
The B stands for bitch.
Yeah, pretty much. 4007B, and this is 4007 or P. Okay, just give you an idea.
So you know what that stands for.
We don't even need to go there. So I have 3 P's. Okay, and then I have 2 other numbers here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just check to see what exactly is what here.
I'm assuming Facebook users just Krista at this point.
I'm assuming that. Yeah, I'm assuming it too. All right, so
if you make such good mac and cheese, then when I see you, where's my mac and cheese?
Okay, so I'm not going to open these 2 because it's going to be the same. All right, so I'm going to let you guys know this, all right, real quick. So this is your – so if you have – it is Krista. Okay, so if you have that number, okay, just take a look here. And again, you could reference this on YouTube later, all right, for the numbers. You'll get a chance to see what this is here, okay? And that's the number there, all right? So, and I have tons of cartons that I could do this with. I mean, like, oh, dude, you didn't see this yet, did you?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Look at this guy.
Now that's badass.
Right? That's 5200.01. And that is sealed, by the way.
That's the first time Alec Baldwin killed someone with a gun.
Yeah. Well, that's right. It was Alec Baldwin. Okay, so anyway, that's another sealed carton. So let's go ahead and take a look at this guy. I gotta start here.
Do you want to do the indie unboxing first, or do you want to do the unproduced toy line?
Let's do the unproduced toy line first, then, if you want.
I want to make sure we have a lot of viewers for the carton because we're
yeah. Let's open it up because we're actually let's do this real quick. I'm gonna go on to Facebook and I'm gonna tag a couple people in here just to make sure. Because we're live right now, quick. And I'm gonna go on to Facebook and I'm gonna tag. You like that, huh?
Nice.
All right, I'm gonna just do I want to do the annoying at
in the house. But as you're doing that, today on today's show we're gonna be having like pretty much just 3 quick topics. Mike's gonna be doing an unboxing of the Indiana Jones figures from like the Crystal Skull era, which were retro as well, and then. Well, first, we're going to be talking about a toy line that we worked our asses off on and unfortunately got canned. And then we're going to just talk about scalping real quick, and then we're going to get the hell out of here because it's going to be a quick show tonight.
Yeah, your place is falling apart.
My place is falling apart.
Yeah, falling apart. And this is my trusty Husky. I'm just going to let everybody see that. If you go to Home Depot, they had these things on sale at one point. You could have got like 2 of these blades and all of a sudden it just cuts off the feed because – FB doesn't like that. Zucker, the old Zook is like, nope weapons, nope.
Well, Mike actually has that because later in the show he's going to pull a Terminator 2. He's going to cut and pull the hand off.
All to John.
Yeah.
I have those figures too in cartons. Will you show them? Yeah. Show them.
Danny, show me your room. So we can talk real quick about the unproduced Zoloworld line. So, Mike, what style were these going to be in?
Do a retro reverse, right? That was going to be the 3 3/4 retro reverse. You called me and you're like, dude, oh my God, I'm on the phone with the licensor. I'm talking to them now. And what do you think? And I'm like, dude, do it. It's all cool. And weeks, you basically had this thing going. You had it all, you had it all going.
This line got so far as 4 figures were actually prototyped. We had them sculpted up, printed paint, half painted because we didn't get that far yet. And we were working out a deal with the licensor where 50% product would be through us, 50% product would be through them. And so I don't know if we could actually say the name, but I know we could play some of the tunes.
Sure, go for it. I think we're fine either way. I mean, I don't know how far they would go. And at this point right now, it's just kind of it just wasn't cool at all the way that they broke loose with this. So I don't know if anybody ever deals with any licenses or anything like that, or has talked to anybody in licensing to do anything. I mean, I'm sure we have toy makers here, but hey, what's going on, Ashley? I'm trying to keep up. Nick Sanchez, Krista, who's here? Josh Nichols, Frank. Hey, what's up, buddy? What's going on?
I'll let the fine folks in the comments section figure it out. I'll play 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Let's see who gets it. Come on, guys.
Well, you did a copyright strike there. You're gonna probably
we're gonna get a copyright strike. We're both going to prison right now.
And Sony's gonna be like, shotgun right underneath my neck, man. Oh shit! No.
There you go, James with the win. We did have the license for Unsolved Mysteries. Yep, you guys got it. Alf got his Death Dealer. That's awesome.
Thank you, Alf. That is awesome, man. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. It's one of my favorites. There's a lot of my favorites though. So
we had the license for Unsolved Mysteries. It was going to be a 4-figure series. The first figure was the man, the myth, the legend himself, Robert Stack. We were going to do 3 variants.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to have the regular, which was going to be a shared figure. The shop, I think we were going to have a convention exclusive, which was glow in the dark, if I'm right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were in good taste, and we're like, yeah, it'll be in great taste. And we'll just make it glow in the dark.
Yep, that scared the shit out of me too. There was a few episodes that to this day I'm still like, ugh. it would have been weird. What's going to be weirder as we talk about this. So Robert Stack was going to be regular with us. Glow was going to be a shared exclusive as well. And then for the Unsolved Mystery Store, they were going to have a translucent figure, right? It was going to be like a smoke with like black streaks through it to look like, when he walks through like the foggy hallways and stuff.
It would be badass, yeah. With the trench coat too. We were going to do the whole 9. Yeah, we had the whole 9 going with retro reverse, so it would have the retro reverse system. You know what I mean? Like we would have the fully articulated. You'd have the basic figure as well, and it didn't quite go that way, man. That kind of sucked.
It's a shame.
And like it ended abruptly. It was they were all on board, and then all of a sudden one day it was just like whoop. That was it.
I was actually very much hands-on with the Robert Stack's estate. Guy was very cool at first, didn't understand how toy lines worked, wanted things that were not feasible. But I got to say, and I'm sure if it gets back to them or whatever, the people at Unsolved are so cool. They were so kind.
Yeah,
they were really supportive of us. And it was weird the one time where I'm just sitting at the kitchen, right? And my phone rings and it's Unsolved Mysteries. And I'm like, all right, that's kind of cool. Like, all right. I mean,
did you program that, or is it just literally like from the? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was the people at the call center. Like, there's like one number they use. So not only was Robert Stack going to be a universal, 3-figure piece, there's 3 other figures that were going to round out wave 1, and one of the figures they were really not so cool with, but the one they were super cool with, based on that sketch there.
That's cool. Yeah, that's your basic alien.
But he's kind of like mean. Like you wouldn't want to get abducted by that one. Like if it was E.T. and he was just going to give you like Reese's, it's like, all right, that's fine. Free candy, abduct me, We got a bunch of comments here. Alien
lag. I actually have a lag on my side on Facebook. That's Kevin Gould.
Nick, which location? Someone out there knows what might happen to this toy line. Maybe it's you. But so we have Robert Stack, the alien. My personal favorite of this whole series was going to be based on the female body, which was shared recycled parts with Barbara from Night of the Living Dead. Would have been the one episode. This one freaked me the shit out. This was what is she the I forget the story exactly, but like teenagers would go to this like house and this lady was waiting for her like husband or something that disappeared. So it was a ghost and she was going to be translucent with like a metallic fabric cape and everything. And in the packaging, we were going to have like in the background, like the water backdrop. And that was going to be really creepy.
Yeah, that's
so. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
No, that was really, translucent. I think was the blue translucent was the idea with it. Yep. Possibly even if we can get a glow out of there too. That's a lot of really cool stuff. I mean, like, yeah, and that's Kevin Gould on the bottom there.
Oh,
I'm seeing you as a Facebook user there, Kevin. Just letting you know. I have my my phone on over here, so we're getting 2 different sides. So we have a lot of people here on our stream side. On the Facebook side, we're about half of what we see on the what we see on here. So pretty wild. Now that I'm seeing this, but yeah, so there's a lot of neat stuff there.
Well, the last figure was the one they were not cool with. This is something that I spoke with you in private about, but who gives a shit? We love our audience here. I think this figure in particular is going to come out sooner than later. Watch, someone's going to fucking beat us to it. This one Unsolved was really not cool with. We're going to fucking do it anyway. It's called 80s Criminal, and it's like a hybrid of these kind of like police sketches. And like, I mean, look at that. Like, what is that?
That's
So yeah, so we were like telling them, we're like, yeah, it's the kind of dude that just rolls up in a Cadillac and then family members go missing and shit. And they're like, why don't you stick with the alien and the ghost? And we're like, all right. But listen, down the road when our, paperwork and jargon clears up, you'll see these prototypes. We'll show them to you guys eventually. Mike, what do you think in terms of, because these are not, these are not like copywritten, like you can't copyright an alien. Down the road, do you think you think down the road maybe we'll see some of these guys?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I think the possibilities of seeing any of that is pretty good. I think that the other end of it is like, there are other like I've seen variances of those characters. I mean, you really can't have a trench coat character, but maybe it's something we can revisit in the future and to talk to the people. And if not, if you guys like that, I mean, I'm sure that there's be something there that you guys would actually like. But yeah, it's sad. It really is sad. I think
what was really like just sucked was like the real kick in the balls was the final time we spoke with them was just like, we're going to just move on to other things because of the licensor can't not the licensor, the estate rather can't figure out the contract, and they're not, and it's like it was more than it was worth, and they just Unsolved was cool. The estate, not so much. I really wish that I was dealing with Robert's daughter or son, because I did find them and they were, but you had to talk to the lawyers and this and that. And I get it. I understand law. I get the legalities of it.
Yeah, it sucks.
But they're not toy people. So that kind of sucked. Down the road, if these figures do come out, you guys let us know if you want them. And if you do want them, maybe we can work something out in an unofficial capacity. And then hopefully
I've got a question.
Reconnect.
I mean, like, I want to say that the possibilities are good. I just think that there are legalities in there that we have to be very, very careful about. Just because of that. I mean, you don't want to. Again, if we're a toy company looking to get licenses, the last thing we want to do is start doing this. So the other licensors are like, wait a minute. No, we don't want to deal with them because they're going to skirt trademark and copyright and everything else. You just got to be real careful with it. I mean, I do enough with Realm of the Underworld to really, do that. But I think that also on the other end of that too is that we do have licensed product with Frazetta. So we just kind of got, we can kind of juggle a little bit there. Because even the Frazettas were like, I think, you straddle a line. You got to be extremely careful. So anyway, I'm not going to go much more into that, but I could just say that it's a shame. It really is. And what really sucked is the fact that like the way that they handled it, especially with you, it just wasn't cool.
Definitely put a trench coat on Ultra Magnus. That would be amazing. I appreciate that. It's something that really was. I've wanted to. I know there's guys that made bootleg figures and everything, but what I really tried to explain to the estate.
Oh, we know him. We don't know him. He's probably on here, actually.
What?
I imagine he's probably on here.
Oh yeah. What we really tried to get across was, there's guys out there making really great bootleg figures.
We even showed it. We showed it to him. We're like, yo, look at this guy. He's fucking bootlegging your shit. No,
what's funny is because when we showed the bootleg figures, he's like, well, we don't make money off that. I'm like, yeah, but you can make money with this. Like, we're working directly with Unsolved, and this guy it just wasn't working. Like, he just didn't understand the concept of like free money. Like, you have to do nothing but sign a piece of paper that grants us the likeness. You're getting exclusivity. You're getting paychecks. Right now, there's no paychecks coming in from that estate. We're trying to give you free money. They don't want it. All right, whatever.
Chris Hansen. I mean, look, there is a ton of stuff that you're able to do. I just think that you're straddling a line again, and when you're taking people's likeness, you just got to be extremely careful. That's all. And it happens. Like I said, I'm not out to really bootleg things. I'd like to get licensed product. So I think it's like.
Oh man! Did you bring some Zima? Did you bring some Zima?
Oh my god! All right, let's at least start on a few.
Yeah, let's. All right, so that was Unsolved Mysteries. You're not getting it for now, but if you guys want it, seriously, drop us a line. Mike's page or my page. talk to us about it, convince us. We'll get back to it.
Let's do this P first here. I want to check this
You
out.
really want to do that P, huh?
I want to do the P one because I got 3 of them. All right, so I got 3 of these. Now, if you guys are familiar with this series, there was a Kreg, you have the picture, right, for the whole entire series?
Take my money. I do. Hang on.
If you guys are in Indiana Jones, we're going to go ahead and unbox this. Okay, so here you go. So this is the entire range. I mean, I think you have every single figure into that is.
Correct.
All right, cool. All right, awesome.
That's
all
not
right.
the double packs, though. There's like, obviously not the arc there.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like you won't find the arc in this box. So
Right.
I think we're good. So if anybody has sealed cartons, I want to basically do this based on the serial number. Okay, so this is going to be the 40070000P. All right, and you're going to see that. So I'm going to go ahead and crack this guy open real quick, and we'll take a look and we'll see. These are 2000. These are going to be like 2000, and I want to think 2008, 2009, like Kreg was saying. Okay, so we'll go ahead and slice this very, very easily in here and over here.
You know what? Since you're going to get that real close to the camera, I'm going to just bop out of here so people can get a nice look at that.
Okay, so here it is here. Okay, so you have okay, so I just went ahead and opened this here. So I'm going to show you how they were packed. All right, so they were, to give you an idea, they were short packed like that. All right, so when you see them, they're short packed. Okay, so this is again, hey, what's going on? This is the 400700P. Okay, so we're going to take a look in here. Okay, so first off, now, again, I have 3 cartons of these. 2 of these cartons right here, okay, are both 7000P, and then we go into the 7000B, and then a little bit down here. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so this is, oh, wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so this is, can you guys see that? Chief Temple Guard. All right.
Funny story about that character. Mike, do you know who that is?
The giant Tungi.
Yeah, but do you know who that actor is?
No,
That is Pat Roach. He also played the German mechanic in part 1.
Here is Willie Scott. Okay, so this is Indiana Jones. This box right here.
That's Temple of Doom.
Basically, Temple of Doom. This is all Temple of Doom right here. So, oh, look at this. Look how crazy that is. All right, so that's short round, Molaram. Okay, so these come short packed in here. You get what looks like to me is how many? Okay, so I guess they got Mutt Williams. So what I think is going to happen here is this may be a change pack because remember I told you at the end it shows the P on there. So that could be the change pack on it. All right. So you got Temple Guard. Okay. So again, this is the 4000P box. So you can see exactly what's happening here. And I do not want to screw this up. So I'm trying to place these back in here. There's Indiana Jones in with the bazooka. They got
does the bazooka Indy have a hat?
No. There's no
really?
hat. No, there's no hat. And actually, this is from Crystal Skull, which is weird. Okay, so they did they're doing a combo here. And this is, I think, Canadian. Oh, well, this is badass. Look at that guy. That's Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom. Okay, so that's the again, that's pretty badass.
What's funny is it says with sword. That's not a sword, that's a machete.
And again, you get Last Crusade. Check that out. Last Crusade's in there as well. All right, so that P is pretty interesting here. And here's another Raiders of the Lost, and it comes with Raiders of the Lost Ark. So it looks like there's only one character per bunch. So you got Raiders of the Lost Ark again. All right, so they're giving you 2 Raiders. All right, 2 Raiders of the Lost Ark here. This is insane.
The Raiders indie head is terrible, and then like later on they got it right.
These are absolutely delightful. So, Raiders of the Lost Ark, you have there. Okay, so they're giving you 2 Raiders of the Lost Ark figures here. Okay, so if you're getting this box, okay, that's the way they're going to sit. And then you get Molaram and Short Round. Okay, so it's only one of each of those. All right, one of each of those. All right, and these things actually do snap back in. So this is actually pretty easy. You get Willie Scott. And the Pat Roach figure that Kreg was talking about right there is the Giant Tungi, which they don't call him that. They call him the Chief Temple Guard. But we all know his name. We all know that name. All right, so we got that. And then I'm going to go back in here again. All right, so we got Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, which only looks like there's one. All right, there's only one of those. And then you have Crystal Skull Indy with the bazooka. Like it like that. Okay. So you have that. And I'm actually stacking them the exact same way. Get it? Stacking them. All right. So let's take a look here. All right. So there's the Crystal Skull figures. You get another bazooka Indy, and you get Mutt Williams in this carton too. So remember, this is that number 400700P. Okay. And then you get Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. All right. And then we have the Temple Guard. See that? All right, so there's the Temple Guard. And these all, again, short pack. The way they short pack, if you have a carton, or if you and here's the little secret here. At the end of it, the secret at the end of it is you're going to want to pull those up and then slide them back down. Okay, so when you're doing this, if you were to unbox ever, pull out your boxes. You get to the last 2, slide them up. Okay, and then what will happen is they will slide down. They will not slide down if you do it all the way throughout. Okay, just to let you know there, just to give you an idea. So I don't know how many people have cartons, but that's usually like the secret of like when they used to do that from the factory. There's no machinery really doing it. There's just people packing these. Okay.
I did send away for the Crystal Skull aliens. That's when you had to take the stickers and then out of the.
I have that.
Yeah.
I don't know where the hell I have it, but I do.
Did you mail away for it, or did you actually just buy it?
I just bought it. I got it at a convention. I think someone had it, and I was like, I've never seen this thing before. I think my dad sent away for it though. When I had a couple. So here's another P. Okay, so that's the same as this. So these are Temple of Doom. Here's another P, which again, you could see that this number here. Okay,
Mike, was there a female figure in that case?
Yeah, it was Willie Scott.
Willie Scott, yeah, the worst.
Yeah,
character.
that would have been Temple of Doom. Yeah. So
now, do you like Temple of Doom?
What was that?
What is your favorite indie movie?
Crusade. I loved Last Crusade. I love Sean Connery. So that's why. So I have the next in the series.
Fully agree with the statement. Worst character, one of the best figures. The figure is amazing. I'm a Marion guy. I listen. Karen Allen is freaking gorgeous. She was at Chiller that one time with us.
Mm-hmm.
I regret not meeting her.
4007. Okay, so this is again 7,000, but this is what?
Oh no, Ashley was saying he's a Temple of Doom guy.
That's cool. Yeah, Temple of Doom was good. I mean, I'm not putting it down. I liked Raiders was good. I really like Crusade. The Last Crusade to me was just like fantastic. I wasn't a big Crystal Skull guy, although I could watch Crystal Skull, but I wasn't a big one. I think a one and done maybe, or whatever.
I was in high school when I found out that
here you go.
Temple of Doom actually takes place before Raiders.
Look at that date. Look at the street date on that. See a street date on it? No later than
May 1st, 2008.
2008. Okay, so that would have been 5108. So these probably were 2009, I believe, was Temple of Doom when they came out, because I think when they were doing these manufacturing runs, there were probably a few months in between them that they were doing them, because they were going to probably drop them all at one point or another. bring them out. But it was neat that they did these. They went to town on this. Like they were trying to do Star Wars with Indy. And again, it's marked all over this. No earlier than 5/1/08. So this thing has never seen the light of day.
And the designs for the aliens are really great.
I'm gonna open this one now. Let's see what's in
anything
there.
with John Hurt too.
So let's see what this thing looks like here. I'm gonna go ahead and crack this guy open.
All right.
This is the 2008 I want to say series of those. Who are we looking at? Kevin Gould. All right, so here we go again. Again, short packed, as you could see, exact same way. They were let's see what characters came in here. So most of the time, what they would do is they would give you maybe like one or two of the same. Huh. Okay, so we got Cairo Swordsman, Raiders, right? We have Indiana Jones and Raiders. Man, I can't wait to look back on this video because then I could be like, oh, what was in that other box? And he does come with, as you could see in Raiders, he does come with the idol too, as you could see right there, gold idol. All right, there you go. Let's see. What is this one? This is Raiders again. And you could see that Indy is that one. And it's the same one again here. So you got two of the same Indiana Jones. So there's that. I think this box is probably going to be mostly that. Okay, so there's the German soldier. You got that guy. And you got Bellick. Oh, wow. Let's go. Crystal Skull. They were trying to get rid of these figures. And Indiana Jones.
That bazooka figure, I remember, was everywhere for like 50 cents.
Oh, yeah. The Crystal Skulls were just like...
Those are terrible. Actually, the only cool figure of that line was, what was it? Like it was the Aztec Temple Guard?
She's actually really good. I did not know that she was in this package. As a matter of fact, I can't think of the last time I saw her, honestly, on card.
I remember getting her head off. I bought her just for her head, taking the head and putting it on Korra from Tron Legacy.
And here's a kid from Transformers. Look at how cool that is there. Okay. Now there's two more to this box. So she's the best one in the box, this arena. But there's only one, I think. They're short packed, one per box. The Colonel. And the Warrior figure. Inca Warrior. So that is part of this 7,000 B.
No accessories.
What was that?
He didn't come with any accessories, right?
Who was that?
The Warrior guy.
He comes with a torch.
That's so boring.
These guys came with like multiple guns and shit. This is the thing. I would love to rip a couple of those guns and put them in our line. Of course, Pierre would get upset though. He'd be like, no. It's not the way that works. And again, you short pack the exact same way. Basically pop them in. They're all they all like almost keyed into this box. It's pretty interesting. A lot of times it's not that easy, man. To put figures in a box like this, especially when the factory does it, it's never that easy. So
well, they got like some kid from like Uruguay like putting them in there. Like, he's trained since birth.
So again, you want to get it started up there like that. You never want to slide them in. So again, I'll show that. You can see like how they're looking. And then you just push them in right afterwards. Because if you do one and one, it'll never work.
Well, you're unboxing that. Let's go to a commercial break for a second, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
He's here. The world's greatest adventurer, Indiana Jones, in his first, biggest, and best adventure. It's the movie that sparked a new era of action, thrills, and entertainment to become one of the most popular films of all time. From George Lucas and Steven Spielberg and starring Harrison Ford.
Trust me.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Tuesday at 8 p.m. on Paramount 20 Primetime.
Now, did you know that Tom
HD,
Selleck,
by the way. What was that?
Tom Selleck was supposed to be the original Indiana Jones?
Was he really?
Yes, he was. But he took Magnum instead, and nobody likes Magnum.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Selleck would have been interesting. They only made like one toy off of him.
What, Magnum? Yeah.
Magnum was only one toy. He only did that once. He only had one crack at it. One crack at a toy. That was it. Just one. And that was him in the car.
What's always crazy, did you ever realize that Chip and Dale are literally Magnum and Indiana Jones?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's insane.
Yeah. And they get away with it just because it's a cartoon. There's no street date on this. Okay, so they're basically just 4007, 220. You know what I'm shooting for, man? I'm trying to see if I get a Henry Jones. Is it? So
that's the best figure.
I have a couple. Of those. Hey, do you ever see the Target exclusive on that? Oh, the that I gave to my artist, Kevin. I got one of those boxed at Comic-Con. I have a picture of me holding it. It went from my hands, put it right in a box, and sent it for the Flexsource carded for the cards that he did, and also for the upcoming. It was for the upcoming Horse and Rider packs. He did a whole painting, and I sent him that Magnum PI set with it. You
got that at Comic-Con.
Comic-Con, yeah. Remember when I had it in the box?
I was there with you. Yeah.
I have no idea what they go for today. I just know what I paid for it then, and it wasn't pretty. I bought it off of Jordan Helmbro of all people.
That's literally Indiana Jones and Magnum PI. That's insane.
Yeah, that's who they are. Yeah, so Jordan was like, "You want this?" And he gave me a price. I told him what it was, and then he upped the price afterwards. And I saw it.
You learn something new every day here on Mike and Kreg versus Best. I had a similar, which is weird because why they've made Playmobil everything. Actually, they just made an A-Team. Where's Magnum?
I think it's a tough license to get a hold of, honestly. All right, so 4007. I just want to push through these. So this is 4007 00220. All right. Yeah, there you go. Right there. You can see that again. There you go. All right, cool. So under the 4007 0220, let's see what we have here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I bought these brand new from the it was kind of like Hasbro Direct through Entertainment Earth. So all right, let's see what we got here. Again, that dude, Rennie Balak. No one ever liked Balak. I think he was one of them that they just I think it was a giveaway, right? Monkey Man. And he does come with the monkey.
You know what's funny about Monkey Man? On the original toy line from Kenner back in the day, he was this sickly white dude, sickly white.
Sala. That's pretty cool. And then Marion Ravenwood, which is the first time you actually get a chance to get this toy from here. Would have been from that. And then let's see what we got here. 2 German soldiers. Right there. Yeah, right.
I actually have a question on that because I don't have that. Do they obviously from a history standpoint of view, did Hasbro put a armband on them?
No, there was no armband.
Smart.
No. Yeah, could you imagine though?
That would have been bad. That would have been bad.
2 Cairo swordsmen. Right? So you get those.
You know the story. You know the story with the Cairo swordsman, right? In real life.
Yeah. He had Indiana Jones or Harrison Ford had a bad case of dysentery.
Yep.
He ended up doing that. Improvised scene. Which now Deadpool can't do improvised scenes right now because they're on strike.
No, we can't.
All right, so there's 2 Raiders of the Lost Ark with the idols. Okay, so again, I'm gonna say this again. If you have box number 4007 00220, and your 12 pieces are going to be that. we have Raiders of the Lost Ark as the last two. Okay, so these are again 12 per carton, and you've seen 3 different cartons so far. All right, so that's what they are. There. The other ones I have are basically duplicates of the Raiders figures. So I have 3 cartons of Raiders, and then the other 2 that you've seen. So it looks like Raiders. Oh, I'm sorry, not Raiders, but Temple of Doom. And then I have Raiders, and then Crystal Skull, which looks like that. So again, I'm going to plop those like that, slide them both in like that, and then we done. There you go. Pretty cool. Well, there you have it, guys. That is the that set there. So you have all those. All right. So we have the 4007 series. All right, is Indiana Jones, and then you have the 4000. Yeah, 4007 is, so then it goes from 4007. Then it goes 000P and 000B. 000B is not Temple of Doom. All right, that is not Temple of Doom. When it's P is Temple of Doom, so that means that Temple of Doom came out in Canada. They were Canadian figures. All right, and I'm not sure were they bilingual. I don't think that they were bilingual. Either these had street dates, so what they ended up doing is they ended up sending them over there. Kreg, do you know why they would have done that? Why did Canada only got that series? Did you ever know why?
I think Hasbro was like down on their fucking luck, so they were just ship them to a place where nobody lives, and they sent them to Canada. Right. Yeah, nobody lives in Canada. I'm
pretty sure Hyler fucking grabbed every one of them things. I got carton. You got cartons of them, Hyler. You know what I mean? Like if he's sitting there.
He's the only person that lives in Canada.
He's the only one that I know. Yeah, pretty much. That and my family, but he doesn't even know them, so they're distant. Well, they got a lot of land over there. You know that, right?
That and Bret Hart. When you think Canada, Bret Hart, it's like they might as well put him on the dollar bill.
They should have. At least he's more recognized.
Let me ask you a question. You're a toy guy. Do you have any of the original Indiana Jones figures from Kenner, like the OGs?
What's going on, Mike? The OGs for what do you mean? The Indiana Jones? Yes, I do. Of course.
You do?
Yeah, carded. Mm-hmm.
Do you have the whole set?
I don't have the whole set. You missed it, Mike. You missed the whole unboxing. I had these guys right here.
I always wanted one as a kid, right? And there was a comic book store out in Yonkers, White Plains. I'm sure my mom's going to text me and be like, it was White Plains. And it was called Alternate Realities or some shit. And this guy, he had all vintage. It was near Dragon's Den in Yonkers. This dude had everything, right? From vintage Star Wars to Indiana Jones. And so I had a choice one day. I had a gun to my head. Literally, my family walked me into this comic store with a gun to my head. And I'm like, it's a gun to my head.
Everybody has a gun.
Well, it was...
Yeah.
It was like, do you want Star Wars or do you want Indy? And I only ever wanted Indy himself, right? So, being 13 at the time, I picked, obviously, Star Wars. And never could afford, to this day, an Indy. I'm very happy that Hasbro is re-releasing these. You know what? My mom's texting me right now. New Jersey. No, it's not New Jersey.
She's live right now with us.
She's watching, yeah. So,
watching you. I do have a couple of them up there. Some of those, yeah, but they did a beautiful job on those.
It looks really good, but his face, they messed it. Like he looks like a baby on an adult's body. It's creepy.
Yeah, the cards look. God, man,
the cards are like really thin, but
yeah, they are. Yeah,
I gotta say, like the bodies are perfect, except that thimble that he's like. Why is he holding a thimble with string?
The question I have with this is that are they going to release the horse because he has the legs for it? Because that's why they made the figure like that. It's so he could ride the horse. You know what I mean?
I agree. But what's actually even more, how the hell do I get out of this? My computer's jammed. There we go. So this came out, right? Now we know the rarity of her. This figure turned out pretty terrible. There was a guy, Stan Solo, and he made a Marion, and it looks amazing. Expensive, but worth it, right? So Hasbro did this, and they left off like the flower off her dress. Her neck is not even connected right. So if you get this figure, look at the neck. It's bizarre.
I'm glad they're doing these, though. I mean, like, look at the new Star Wars figures. The Star Wars figures are complete. Like, I mean, I'll get a Boba Fett every time I see one. You know what I mean? Or a Yoda or some shit. Like, oh my God. So I collect Yodas. So you've been to my place.
Sure.
So I have bags and bags of Yodas. All right. And when Yoda came out, I was like, oh, you know, like they were like $5 and $7 a Yoda. I can't believe what they were worth today. Like, I can't believe what people are asking for those.
I know. I have this thing where I'm army building. What do you call it? The Scout Troopers. Return of the Jedi is my favorite Star Wars.
The retro Star Wars is awesome. As a matter of fact, real quick, the retro Star Wars, when they did Mandalorian and they made them exactly like those,
amazing.
Yeah, I was sold. I was sold. That to me was I would say probably some of the best stuff to come out. And what do you think of Obi-Wan? Did you get those?
I didn't like the show, so I only got the Darth Vader because now he's living in my Return of the Jedi collection.
Yeah, the awesome, man.
Because the original Vader sucks. Like, I'm going to be the first to admit the stupid lightsaber that comes out of the hand doesn't fit with Return of the Jedi figures.
The new Boba Fett too is just what they're doing right now is just really killer, and it just a blast of nostalgia, right? If you get into any of the new stuff. That's why I love the retro stuff so much, man. As you look at it, it's like, wait a minute, is that the? Oh my God! When I saw Indiana Jones, man, I was just like, when I saw the coming attractions for that, and Hasbro Pulse comes out and says, "Oh, you could pre-order these now," and they're just doing indie to start. I was sold. I was like, I am. And I think I pre-ordered like four of them, whatever the max was to do it, and I split it with my dad because my dad, you know. So when I saw that they're doing the rest of them, and I think Kevin had mentioned something about like them doing Last Crusade and Temple of Doom.
I have those loaded up. We're gonna get there. So obviously we started with Indy and Marion. We got Belloc, which is a weird one to start with because he's in this for like 2 seconds, but I get it. Like visually more appealing. That's
a mailer box figure, though. That's supposed to be a white mailer. Yeah, they should have did that. I don't know why they put him on that card.
Well, they were supposed to do the carded one. They never got around to it. That's why he became a mailer.
That's why they could never get around to it again and make him a mailer again.
Yeah. The only difference between this and the original one is the polka dots on the robe are just a little bigger. There's Pat Roach again making another cameo. This one, his head's a little smaller. I actually like this one better than the original. And
dude, oh my God.
Wow.
Take that head off. That's Dr. Phil. Go back to that real quick.
Stop it.
Bro, Dr. Phil. You can make a Dr. Phil figure from that.
Jacked Dr. Phil.
100 no, you just pop his head off, man, and put him on
puffs of hair.
On a solid body. Solid body, dude, with the Dr. Phil gear. Cash me outside. How about that?
Now, this figure sucks. What's bizarre about this figure, right? Okay, so like I understand it, but I don't like. So okay,
you have the original, right?
Yeah, but the oddity is Hasbro did this thing, and I don't know if you guys know this. They don't want to release Mola Ram now because it's offensive. They don't want to do the German soldiers because offensive, right? I get it. Take the armband off and just have a basic German, I mean, history never happened, Hasbro. Okay, fine. You have a figure that literally salutes Hitler, not only as a figure, but on the packaging, he's literally saluting Hitler. What the hell how is that not worse than an Indian shaman? I don't get it. Am I crazy?
Is he doing that in the card, or is he showing that when he got burned, he's showing the actual
when they go up to him? when he
Oh,
like
right,
when
right,
he goes,
yeah.
you know, the thing,
Yeah.
and it's like literally that scene. So I don't know.
The hand is definitely there. I mean, like shit. You know, like that's pretty obvious. Look
What's
at that.
even crazier is you could just pop the head off and just make a straight up Hitler figure, and then you have a Last Crusade figure because he's doing the arm thing.
You pop that head off and put Dr. Phil's head on it.
Nazi Dr. Phil.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
100%.
Oh, you bought the original card of oh wow. Yeah, you sold them for 2,400, dude. That's awesome, man. Like that's a good now
They're not making Belloc on this
hard. Jesus. Oh, my first show, ready for this? My first show was in 2008. It wasn't ZoloCon, it was a coin comic extravaganza in Delaware. There's a guy that had the Indiana Jones on card and all of them for $50 and $25 a piece. 2008, all of them. That's why when you see the videos, if you look it up on YouTube, you'll see a video of a guy talking about how he would have, like, if he had more money, he would have bought the whole entire show floor. It was awesome.
That's crazy.
One of my vendors too. I think he still vends for me today. Does he?
I don't know.
Maybe not. No, maybe not. Maybe not. But some crazy
fire
stuff.
him. He's done. That's it. Share the
We
wealth.
had some really cool stuff. We had some really cool stuff at that show. Now that I think back at it, real quick, guys, did you guys get these? Anybody that's purchased so far from either one of the platforms is going to get an expo guide for ZoloCon, and it has both shows on there. So there's the October and the September show. Real quick, there you go. All right, good deal.
Here they are. Hold on. So that is the new Temple of Doom figure, but it's again, look at the body, right? It's so perfect and retro, but the head looks like a baby. That looks nothing like the original.
You don't want Hot Toys detail here. Like, I think you want retro detail, and I think that just because of what it is, I'm good with it. I'm gonna buy it. I don't, like, that's an awesome card. I mean, honestly, dude, I'm like half staff right now.
All right, so if you want to laugh, look at the picture again. All right, hold on. The Adventures of Indiana Jones in Indiana Jones. Character Indiana Jones. How many times are you gonna write Indiana Jones?
Wow. Yeah, look at that.
Right under each other, you have Indiana Jones 3 times. It's so repetitive.
And it's actually written 3 different ways.
But like, okay, so look at the carded example, right? Look at the jacked body and the baby face.
Yeah, he isn't messing around.
They should have at least added like a tan to him. Maybe just like the slightest tan. He looks sick. He looks like he just got out of a hospital.
I want it. I'm going to get the figure.
Now, this figure's a beast, but that doesn't look anything like solid, but it's cool.
I'm going to buy that too. That is really, I didn't see these yet. These are actually really freaking cool. I just know how much I'm missing right now.
You want really cool? Boom. Shorty.
Yeah, man, that's badass. Okay, so is that built off of the proto that they were going to do?
No, the protos were LJN. These are Kenner inspired.
That's right. You're right.
Dude, it looks nothing like him, but
sold.
Done.
Freaking sold. I'm going to buy cartons of that freaking guy.
Now, here's an odd one. I mean, as my framing's off here, but why not have the Grail Knight with the Grail? So this goes back to the oddity of what Hasbro's been doing. They're only making Indiana Jones and his friends. They're not making any more bad guys. So no Indians.
They learned the lesson.
Yeah, no Indian guards. No Nazis. Okay, fine. But they Indian the German gear, like the original line had it. Like not even the Grail Knight. So we're just getting 100 Indiana Jones and his friends. Why?
Grail Knight would have been cool, but I think that like what sells, and I don't think you're going to get all these Indiana Joneses at once. I think what's going to happen is you're not going to have 2 Indiana Jones sitting on the shelf. I just don't think so. I think they're just going to sell, and they're just going to come out in waves. Is what's going to happen. So you're going to see like a few here and a few there. I don't think you're going to see that.
Right now, Target is clogged with Marion and the German mechanic. Literally nobody wants them.
I don't see any of those. Like up here, I don't see any of that stuff.
Oh, we got a lot of comments. It looks like the Kenner Han Solo. It does, but when you have it in hand, it's bizarre looking. Like it's very, very baby faced. Like Nick said, yes. Actually, I kind of want to pop that head off. And Last Crusade retro indie is the head for the Last Crusade one. Does he look better in person? I haven't seen that one. They didn't get in trouble for the bad guy. They're trying to be more politically correct because Indiana Jones is so extreme with, history where back then things weren't so PC. So they're kind of scrubbing away all the bad guys.
I got a question for you real quick.
Shoot.
Before you suppose, and don't shoot me for saying this, okay? And I hope nobody does this, all right? Because I'm just saying this is a suppose, right? Suppose that Hasbro came out with Indiana Jones Hitler and had Hitler as the enemy character for the series. How many people would go out there and go batshit crazy to buy that figure? Like literally crushing people in the aisles to try to get to him. Like
And
to get to that figure.
You know what's funny that you mentioned that?
And I'm just curious. It's just a curiosity of mine, and then still have like a couple of the other characters, and even if you don't add anybody else, if you don't add any other character like the Nazis or anything else, right?
Right.
You just add that character, and you make it like one per carton all the way throughout. I wonder what would happen.
Funny enough, I mean not funny, but funny enough, story wise. I think it was a Chiller or Monster Mania we were at or something, and someone was selling it was like war criminal history. It's like a 12-inch Hitler, right? Every person that walked by had to ask how much that figure is, including myself. I'm like,
Yeah.
Like it's the oddity of it. It's not like it's like, oh, Hitler. No, it's an oddity.
Yeah.
It's a curiosity figure. So does Hitler sell? I feel weird saying that, but that's a good question. Does Hitler sell? Do people want? I can't even say this without sounding like a psychopath, but like, do people want Hitler?
Well, I think the he's been in the movie. Like my point is,
he's in Last Crusade.
He's in the Last Crusade. So the point I'm trying to make is that if they did make him
Smurfs versus Hitler.
you do realize that would change the whole dynamic of the toy industry, right? Like every single toy company would go, oh my God, we got to go after the most violent, ridiculous characters that are out there. But it would change a complete dynamic. And it would be taking a pretty big step, a pretty big risk, but also, you know what I mean? Like, it's something that's extremely, extremely crazy.
The oddity of Hitler.
Good point. Yeah.
Is it's not. So, like, okay, if you made a figure of like Jeffrey Dahmer or the Unabomber, that's glorifying.
He was never a movie. He was never in the movies, though. Is my point.
Right. I just mean like in general. So, like, if you made a small time thing like that, Hitler was literally like big time over there, and that is a milestone in history, for better or for worse. Mostly worse, but it's like,
right.
Did that impact people's ability to talk about that? Like, take the money from that and then donate it to, a Jewish foundation or something. Like, if you're going to touch on something like that, it happened.
He actually, I mean, he's responsible for every, like, Russia,
of course.
Even Germany, even, like, all of it. Like, even though it was what it is, obviously everybody knows history, but I'm saying, like, outside of that, and just getting away from the whole monstrosity point of it, is that if you think about it, it kind of makes sense. The character makes sense. I find it absolutely bizarre that toy companies haven't yet. I'm going to be honest with you. Unless they're a small indie toy company, I have seen something, but I'm saying, like, to take a major franchise like this and not take that particular character. Well, first off, what will happen is it'll make the news. The PTA or the Parent Teacher Association or whatever is going to try to shut it down. Oh, no. I not me. No, I'm not saying me. No, not in any way, shape, or form. I'm not that guy. But I'm saying, like, it would be interesting because I know I would. I'm not saying that I would want that, but I'm saying, like, you have you have this dynamic, right? And again, the toy industry is going on a collision course, right? All these companies are competing with each other in all different ways, but they're competing for the same thing. They're doing the same exact thing over and over and over again. So, Hugo Boss, yeah. They're going to the same direction, right? So everything is like funneling. So you have, the 5.5 world where all of a sudden, like, you had Funko out there, and all of a sudden, like, obviously we started, doing this, and then you had all these other companies. But the point that I'm trying to make is that, like, there's nothing new. It's either Masters of the Universe, it's either like, these other lines. And then when they do the other lines like Indiana Jones, they don't do anything new with that either. They just keep it the same. They just collision course them and then say, oh, well, this is it. But I think what would prove a point is that if they did that, well, number one, it would make fuck news everywhere. Everybody would just go, oh my God, I can't believe this. I can't believe how ridiculous, crazy this idea is. And, everybody would be talking about it. But also on the other end, it's like, this is a conversation that I think that maybe, it's sort of like you never see religious heroes for the same reason. In series, I'm saying.
Yeah, I guess now
an indie toy company is doing it.
Right.
My point is that, like, if you had a major toy company basically taking this and creating that, it to me, it's a double-sided coin. Like, if you're going to do one, you should do those. But
you know what's funny? I actually found probably about, I want to say 10 years ago, I found a toy line, and I bought them just because they were odd. It was like Jesus, Moses, and a giant snake. And it was at a dollar store, and they were really cool, and I still have them. But
I think I know the figures you're talking about.
They were cool, and they're like $1 each. So is that all Jesus is worth? $1? Come on, then surely Hitler's worth 99 cents. I mean, come on, someone's going to pay it.
At least 50 cents, I think, yeah. I mean, like, how much plastic do you think that would take?
Well, the mustache is plenty.
No, I'm saying, like, just to create, like, Grail Knight and all the rest of the characters, it wouldn't be that bad. I just think they want to sell $1 million. Well, no, they want to sell millions of dollars of one character, so each character that comes out. But that, obviously, I don't know if they want the taboo behind it either. So, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, maybe that's it.
I think a Hitler figure would definitely push the boundaries to make a lot of people uncomfortable. And I don't think that would ever happen. But just the concept now, like, they're saying, like, it's offensive. Like, Mola Ram is offensive. How?
But that's my point. Like, that's my whole point again. It's like, you have a character from a story again in a is that Disney? That's Disney. So you have a character in a Disney story now that basically they're saying is offensive, and they're just not going to make the action figure.
Well, it's like Song of the South, like Splash Mountain. They tore that down because it's offensive.
Yeah. So that's a shame. I mean, like I said, it's a collision course, and it seems like it's just, yeah. It's well, and the oddity too is that, like, they need to choose their battles. They need to pick their battles, man. I was just listening the other day to something on the radio, and it was so one-sided that it just blew my mind. Like, it absolutely blew my mind. Wasn't it? I'll come back to me. It'll definitely come back to me. But it was just really, really, really weird. What do you got here?
I have the power for a big corporate. You know what's funny? I wish I could see your name so I could give you the
Kevin.
Kevin. Kevin has a really good point here. Hitler versus Anne Frank 2-pack. I would love to have an Anne Frank toy with a machine gun just to take out Hitler, but like rewrite history. That'd be fun, man. That would be a lot of fun.
That's basically what I'm saying, is that, like, you can do that.
Have her diary turn into a hang glider. That'd be badass, dude.
We have skeletons that are able to conjure magic and do some really crazy shit. Why not have shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, real characters, you know what I mean? And real historic characters. So yeah, like Anne Frank, like, literally massacring Hitler at this point, you know what I mean? Like, here, I'm gonna rip your arm off, like, it just that'd be
cool. That would be really cool. I'm sure she would have liked that. She would have bought them all. She would have collected them all.
Well, it's an action figure, you know what I mean?
Well,
like it has historical value to it. So,
well, it's funny. This comment is really great. People on Twitter have the power. You know what's funny? Even on Twitter, when people, including myself, have reached out and like try to correct companies like Hasbro or Super 7 or something like that, and you're like, let's use Super 7, my favorite company. It's like, yo, you're making that incorrect. That's not to scale. That's not correct here or there. They don't care. Nobody cares. Wolfenstein figures, hell yeah. Let me see here. Okay, so real quick, just so we can wrap up poor Indy. These are the figures. These are the 5 figures from Raiders of the Lost Ark that Hasbro is not touching. So they're not touching the Cairo Swordsman. Okay, offensive, sure. What the F ever. Sala, I guess because I don't know.
They're making Sala. They're just not making him like that.
Right, not in the traditional garb, because I guess people are just stupid and they're offended by traditional like Egyptian wear. The Arabian horse. Okay, they don't want to call him Arabian for some reason. Fine, just call him the horse. It's a fucking horse.
They really should make that horse if they're going to have with their rattling legs like that.
The Belloc figure, it would be preferable to release like that, but he is boring. So okay, fine. And German Indy, I know people that have army built that just to have the Nazis. Who else are we not releasing here? This set is not getting released in any way, shape, or form. The monkey set, which is, if they did release this, I would prefer they give him the appropriate skin color. I think if anything's offensive is to whitewash that character from an Egyptian to a stark white character.
The factory messed that thing up horribly.
Oh God, this thing is a disaster.
Yeah, I'm guaranteeing that's the factory. That has nothing to do with Hasbro saying, yeah, let's make this guy white. I'm telling you, I've seen this shit happen time and time again.
This is one of my, no pun intended, holy grails. I have, to this day, always wanted this. Even if I didn't have the figures, I just wanted this playset. It is. Playset. Do you really?
Yeah. Well, I know my father does. Yeah, he actually has that in the box. Yeah,
in the box. Open it up, let it breathe. The next show, let's crack that open. And I don't know what to make of this set, but the Staff of Ra is kind of like one of the most iconic 80s weapon, not weapon, but accessories. This would cost nothing to release, nothing, pennies. Now there's a guy who 3D prints the map room on Etsy. For pennies, and I think that's cool. Let's check some of the comments. They have to be offended by that horse. So am I. Why no Belloc in the suit? I think Hasbro has this thing where it's like, I could be wrong. It's like only indie sells, because right now Belloc kind of clogs shelves. They will not make play sets.
They'll do it for Hasbro Pros. I guarantee you.
They're
going to do it like through
the map room. Oh, it's Gentle Giant. Okay. Yep. That makes sense. So that's kind of on par with the Indiana Jones stuff. Listen, whatever they make for Indy, I'm going to pick up. I will say this. I'm going to give the audience here something to kind of dwell over. The Black Series figures, which I think they're called the Adventure Series now, they always go on clearance. Always go on clearance. Wait on those until Thanksgiving time. Amazon, I bet you're going to find all the in-suit characters, not Indy, not Marion, but like boring suit guy. You'll find them for like $10. Do you remember I called you and I found the what was the guys from The Mandalorian? The guards, the robot guards from season 2.
Oh yeah, I got a whole carton over there. Yeah, whatever I could max out of. That was amazing. Yeah. I'm glad. Thank you again. Those like
$40 new. Mike and I grabbed them for like $12 each. Amazon is where to go if you want deals. Just put something in your wait list, and they'll update you every day until it goes on clearance. It's like the way to buy toys now.
Oh, they were the
howdy Facebook user.
Dark
Sorry, we
Troopers.
don't see names.
That's Rick Bit. The
what's
Dark,
up?
Dark Troopers. Yeah,
Yes, the Dark Troopers. Thank you.
man. I ended up buying that when it first came out. I remember I was with Mark Huckabone, and he was like, "You gonna buy this?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna buy this." And I was shocked that I couldn't find it anywhere. So I went to Target, and all of a sudden you showed me that, and I was like, "Oh, well, that'll even it out." Which gets us to our next section of this. I think we covered Indy pretty well, right?
I think Indy's done. Did everybody in here get to hear about the lost before we jump the lost Zoloworld toy line? Did everyone hear about that? I guess I'm just gonna until they answer. We'll just review that for 10 seconds. There was going to be a toy line. We lost it due to a conflict with the estate. We were going to have unsolved mysteries. It was going to be Robert Stack. There was going to be 3 variants. It was regular, glow in the dark, and translucent with smoke. Yeah. The next figure was going to be Alien.
And these are all 3 3/4-inch retro reverse. This was going to be our second license that we were going to get. We have Night of the Living Dead, obviously, and this is the next in the lineup that we're kind of going with.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
It kind of stings for us too because we've got really far with this, and we do have the protos. We just can't show them yet for legal reasons. Alien, 3 versions of Robert Stack, the Lady in the Lake Ghost, she was translucent. And then the one that they really said no to, but we were going to do it anyway. It was 80s Criminal, who's a hybrid of that and that drawing. Because I love police sketches. They're so bizarre. So yeah, we got really far, and Unsolved was really cool to work with. I personally, as a childhood fan of the show, I enjoyed working with them. And man, Robert Stack's estate, that was such a letdown. That guy just could not understand how toys work. And respect to him for giving me the time of day. But you know what? He didn't want free money for the family.
Yeah, it's a shame. That really is. Yeah, I was kind of looking forward to that myself.
And unsolvedmysteries.com was literally going to carry Zoloworld items in their shop. And they're like, well, we're going to move on to other things. Literally, they're selling toddler onesies now. How is that cooler than a Robert Stack toy?
Yeah, 3-dimensional object that you can basically put in your whatever. Yeah.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
All NASCAR drivers are criminals.
All making left turns at high miles an hour.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. So that's that. Let's transition to the next segment here.
All right.
We'll do it with some. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Wait, we're not done with Indy yet. Hold on. We're not done. I didn't get this clip ready for nothing. Enjoy, people.
Indy, over here. Indiana Jones, at your service, Toad. Ah!
Indiana Jones and other action figures new from Raiders of the Lost Ark collection, each sold separately.
Watch him, Cairo, swordsman. Yeah, watch my swing. Yikes! Ugh. All downhill from here, swordsman. You'll be sorry, Jones. Tricked you again, Toad.
Indiana Jones, Tote, and Cairo Swordsman action figures, each sold separately from Raiders of the Lost Ark collection, new from Kenner.
It looks like so much fun.
They do. They do. They look great. And new with Hitler, and has the Hitler figure.
New Hitler coming from Kenner.
Yeah, wow. It is really weird. Yeah, it makes no sense.
You know what, Mike? I think based on like just how cool the audience is here, like, and the response already to a figure toy line that's, I don't think we're ever getting the green light for it. I think down the road, I think it's our obligation to get these 4 characters out. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think that we could do something with it. I at least 3D prints and then do like a kind of a packaging for it would be fun.
It would be expensive, but Okay, guys.
Maybe not. I mean, like, it just depends on like the retro reverse and what we're able to do and how we're able to play it out and how fast we can help this out.
What if we just call it solved mysteries? Because we solved them. They're in the package. Here you go. It's solved.
Yeah, pretty much. You got to be careful. Well, that's true too. But Mike, you got to be careful with the likenesses, right? Yeah. But I mean, how close are you gonna get it? I mean, you just make it like close, right? But
I don't think anybody owns. Nobody owns this guy. Nobody owns this asshole.
Yeah,
you can't even see that bitch.
I would make those guys in a heartbeat.
Who? Like, I don't think anybody owns that. The only thing is this, and
yeah, it's true.
Just call it Elliot Ness. Done. Done. Or I got it. Hold on. All right, guys, in the comment section, this is where we need your help. Forget the 3 3/4 inch figures. We're gonna start with Night of the Living Dead with those. Would you guys buy? And I just want yeses or nos right now. And Mike, this is get ready for this one.
All right.
Would you guys buy a Realm of the Underworld body, just completely ripped, but with a fabric trench coat with Robert Stack's head and the figure is called Stacked Robert? Would you guys buy that? Stacked Robert.
I mean, I actually probably would want that.
Pizzas on the okay, we got 2 yeses. I'll make that shit right now.
You should fucking make it.
We'll buy anything. Don't tease us. We got a maybe. We got another yes.
Oh God.
Oh, you know what? Night Stalker. Oh man. All right, we got Alf. Yeah, why not? All right. I think it is our moral obligation to get these prototypes to these fine folks down the road. So, okay, let's do it right here.
We'll have to show them off when we're able to, and then we'll do that. I think at the moment right now it's just a little bit too
soon.
All
right. So So you guys are hearing it here for the first time. The official, unofficial Unsolved Mysteries figures will get moving in some way, shape, or form. At least prototypes, because we do have the prototypes. We have a handful of each. Maybe we could get those out to you guys. So
I think it'd be cool.
After the smoke clears, though. Yeah. Can't do it yet.
So, I wanted to talk about something here too, as far I think we mentioned, what was that?
Starboard rack.
Oh God.
That's good.
That's pretty good.
Sorry, that got me for some reason. It's so simple, but
well, let's move on here.
Yeah, let's.
I just I wanted to touch on this because I think we had a conversation a couple days ago, and let's start here, okay? I'll buy the 5.5. All right, if that's. We get a good sculptor, okay. So we do have a good sculptor. We could probably.
We have the best sculptor.
Yeah, we do. We could probably get that then. And I think we could tease it. I mean,
we have the 3 3/4
fun, but outside of the 3 3/4, I think that'll be a fun 5.5 just to even start with that. We just have to get the trench coats down.
Anyone know a good seamstress?
So anyway, let's move on here, and I wanted to talk about this for a little bit because I know we touched on it, and I think this is a real good common point. Where I want to ask the crowd a question, okay? Like the guys here, whoever's here, where do you draw the line, right? So where do you draw the line before you're considered a scalper, right? Where do you draw the line for that's actually a good idea. ARAC vest, or the Crisis vest, right? That's a pretty good one too. The for Thunder. But anyway, yeah, let's get okay. So where do you draw the line, though? Right? Do you? I guess I know you've been collecting for a long time. I've been collecting for a while. I used to see this a lot, and this was something that you would see at toy shows a lot. And you would see it at because when I was doing this, you didn't really have eBay, right? eBay was something new within like 95. I was collecting all the way into the early 90s and the late 80s, stuff like that, mid 80s. Someone who buys all the site stock and then resells them for $3. Yeah, I see that. $5 overpriced. Over the price. Okay, so Mike, I guess my question is this, right? Yeah, stealing it out of children's hands for fucking sure. Where, if you collect for yourself rather than for money, no problem to sell to get it. I guess my question is this though. Okay. Okay. So you're buying something, right? And if it's present day, I get this. I get this 100%. This is why when I would go out and buy things, I would add a case to it and just charge like a couple bucks more and just be like, here, because it sells the cases, it sells the figures and puts stuff into people's collections. But, and I'm going to be very blunt with this when I say this, and I know it's probably going to, make people question this. I understand what you're saying. But let's say you go 5 years down the road now, okay? Or 6 years down the road, you have these cartons and you didn't decide to sell them. You went out there and bought a carton of figures, right? And the value goes up on these figures. Would you still consider scalping to sell those figures later on? Like you're 4 years now and you've put these in your collection or put these in a warehouse or storage, okay? And you're now selling these for, I don't know, whatever. And it's more money, obviously, because now let's say these figures have increased in value over 5 years and they're harder to find because they're no longer in circulation. Would you consider that scalping, or would you consider it, just those figures have to pay rent? Correct. Yes. So that's the way I see it. I see it that way too. I think that my idea would be this: if you go to, and Kreg, this is what my question to you as well. You go to the store right now, right? And let's just say they came out with Master Universe Origins, right? And they made a version of He-Man that glows in the dark because he's a transitional figure that's able to transition from He-Man to Prince Adam, right? So he comes with a vest in back of him or whatever the fuck, right? And they're very hard to get. And the aftermarket, like right now, you see all these people that's grabbing these figures from the stores, and let's just say that they're selling them for like $60 and $75 a piece, right? It's impossible to get this figure for any less than $75, right? So you go to the store, you pick it up for $25, and you get two.
Okay.
Right? Would you follow suit with the $75 price, or would you sell it for cheaper or like less money? Or what would you do? Like, how would you go about that?
For me, I see a lot of guys do this. Me personally, it's like whenever I go to Target, you always see some asshole. There's a lot of like older women doing this for some reason. I see this all the time. They're walking around a shopping cart with like every single Origins figure, every single Power Ranger, every single. And it's not the first time I've seen this. This is a true story. They just buy the whole shelf.
Right.
They're selling it. So if a figure, and you got to do math, right? If a figure is $20, again, they're not $20. No figure's $20. Like $22, but $20 for online sake here. I hate math. If a figure's $20 and you can go on Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, something like that, and get it for $30, and these people are like, oh, well, I'm going to put it up for $30. I made $10. You didn't make $10. You're not making anything. eBay is taking, like, let's say 20%. And then if these people don't use their freaking brains, you're also putting in free shipping most of the time. You're losing that too. At the end of the day, it's not your plus gas. You're not walking away with anything. You're losing money. So to overstock and buy a complete thing and hope for the best, that's more of an addiction than a scratch off. That's mental illness. what they should be doing is say, like what I do. If it's something that like is really hard to get, I'll pick it up and I'll trade somebody online for something of equal value. I don't want that extra money. I'd rather help someone and have someone else help me. Not a lot of collectors have that mentality. They want to store the item away or put it on eBay immediately. If you're buying it because you want one in the box, one loose, and you're putting the other one away for a rainy day and you sell that, cool. That's both yours. They're in your collection.
Mm-hmm.
It's your right to sell the item. Like if you sold those Indiana Jones figures behind you right now, that's fine. They're yours. They've been in your collection. They are yours.
Yes, it's
You go to
2000.
Target and you take a toy off the shelf and you go home and put it right on eBay, that's scalping. If I do that, I want to trade somebody. If you didn't find the sorceress and I have Jitsu, let's trade it out, man. Because at the end of the day, the shipping works out. But there's really nothing hard to get now anymore. It's kind of crazy. You have to wait at least 6 months to a year.
Well, yeah. What I was saying though is like right now, Triclops, right? Triclops is like a freaking craze right now.
Absolutely.
To get. And I think now this is where I think that this is where we differ. I think a lot. I would not, if I see something that has a real value to it, all right, and I like the line, I'm behind the line, okay, and I'm like, you know what, this is really cool. I want to see this keep going. I want to see this keep moving forward.
Yeah.
As a collector, I've seen these patterns, right, and as something that is absolutely needed. Like I'll just say this is like I think that the scalpers that are out there, and I hate to say this, are actually needed in the game. And why they're needed is that if you want to see a company continuously make product or continuously make the things that you like, you got to have the people behind them buying that. And we might not be big enough as collaborative collectors, right? That's why we see stuff sitting on the shelf still, right?
Right.
But I think that if you get these people out there that are buying these and they see that there's a real value into it, they're going to go and they're going to continuously buy more. They're going to buy more of those just to put them away or buy them just to have them on whatever, to keep that in people's faces. And I think that there's a need for that. I really do. I think there is. I think that as a collector, for me personally, I kind of get when classics came out in particular, and they were like $10 a piece, I was buying cartons of those. Sure. Like I was buying cartons of Man at Arms, and people would be like, "Oh, you actually think these are going to be worth money? They're never going to be worth." This is what you hear the age-long argument of Origins too. Is like you're never going to be worth money.
Sure.
The simple fact is that give it time.
Yeah.
And I tell you, like time and time again, people will want these. They're going to go, "Oh, those are really cool," and they might get into it later, and then want to get it, and then you have, you obviously have stuff to trade because you can always trade up, but also there's that other end of it where I definitely feel that there is a need. Now, there is not a need to take something out of a kid's hand. All right.
No.
Like if a kid's in the store and he's buying it, that to me is like that line is surviving. That is a surefire way. It's perfect. It's awesome. But if you have a line that's kind of struggling in retail and there's choice pieces that go for lots of money, then scalp the fuck out of them. Scalp them, then put them up online so other people could see that. So they're going to continuously push that line to make the figures that you want.
Well, here's a question. So when I worked in Toys R Us in like 2004, right? A lot of scumbags worked there. But I remember it was around the Thanksgiving holiday, and there was a grandma, right? And she came up to me and she goes, and I never forgot this. She goes, "I'm looking for a bad guy from Spider-Man." I said, "Oh, okay, Doc Ock," because it was the movie line for the sequel. And she goes, "Yeah, we can't find it. And my grandson just needs a bad guy." So I said, "All right, hold on a minute." And I went upstairs to the attic in Toys R Us, and I opened a case, and I got out Doc Ock. As I'm going downstairs, one of the employees, he was a manager, he stopped me. He goes, whoa, what do you think you're doing? I'm like, "I'm giving this to a grandma." He goes, no. I was going to sell that to the guy at Toy Wiz because Toy Wiz is actually only a few miles from me, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I was like, no. He goes, no, put that back in the case. So what I did, I put it back in the case. I went downstairs to the grandma and I says, wait like 10, 15 minutes. So she's walking around the store. Manager dude walks around, right? I go back up, grab Doc Ock, give it to her. She's checking out, right? The manager sees it, pulls me into the office and starts reprimanding me. Well, I was going to make money with Toy Wiz. Bro, fuck you. Blow your fucking brains out. If that's what you're doing and you're taking a toy from a fucking kid, blow your fucking brains out because that's fucked up.
I think that I think that's grounds for having that guy reprimanded because I think that's bullshit.
Oh, now he's fucking hooking up with dudes behind a dumpster. So that's cool.
For nickels, under bridges too. Probably the same guy I've been seeing under the bridge. And I'm not me going to him, but I see him under the bridge in the distance, and I'm like, oh, there he is.
Right, that's the guy you were taking pictures of.
Yeah, definitely posting him online. He's part of that. He's actually that drawing that you have, one of the drawings.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, funny enough, this is right. Hold on, because I can never get a clip ready. Hold on. This is actually the manager. That's the manager from Toys R Us right there.
There you go. Serious question. How many of the toy lines based in the 80s toy properties are actually selling to kids? I'm going to tell you, Kevin, I'll say this. Parents are buying it for their kids to relive their own nostalgia.
Correct.
And it is a revolving thing right now. I mean, like, there are kit collectors, believe it or not. I've been seeing them. They're popping up ever so often, but you do see them.
Ashley, you're too much, man. You're too much.
Arby's, huh? Yeah.
Well, it's funny because Transformers is like a universal toy line that is never going to go stale. Like, I mean, I'm not a Transformers guy. I'm a Beast Wars guy. Like, just seeing Beast Wars, like the Walmart reissues, there was like 10 that I never had. And I don't care if it's retro or new, so long as it looks like it. Those Walmart reissues are awesome. Those are great. And I'm not a Transformers dude. Toy Scalper figure. We can make that.
He was trying to take it out of your hand, Rick. That's bullshit.
What?
That's bullshit. Yeah, you know.
That's not
my
cool.
dad had some shit happen to him after he purchased something in a flea market.
See, this is the shit I love. I love to see this. His son collects Transformers with him. That's what it's all about, dude. That is awesome. Actually, yes, the reissues of Ninja Turtles are rad. For one reason. You can army build foot soldiers on the cheap. No, actually, the storage shell turtles are pretty cool. The colors are off. The one, Mike, I don't know if you noticed, the one thing that's really messed up, if you look at Michelangelo, it's Leonardo's body.
Oh, really? Yeah,
I didn't the wrong body.
I haven't really been checking in retail that much, but I have been staying away from a lot of the turtle stuff.
We got to make a Scalper figure now.
We should, yeah.
Are they reissuing Shogun Warriors and Micronauts? I didn't know that. I had some Micronauts, and
Micronauts was done by Palisades for a little bit. The toy company that wasn't too far from you.
Do you remember when you and I visited?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
With the gas pipe.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep doing that for fun. Do you think Playmates is going to reissue Scratch? Honestly, that's a great question. Personally, I don't think they will. I don't think they're going to touch any of the big ones. They're going to just keep reissuing like oddities. If I'm wrong, I hope I am. Mike, what do you think?
I think it's only a matter of time.
You do?
Yeah. And the reason why I say that for is because take a look at Origins right now, right? Just to give you an idea. You know, we were only a stone throw away from having absolute retro figures. You know that, right? We were literally a stone throw away. If it wasn't for Realm of the Underworld, you would have probably had 5.5 rubber band He-Man figures again in retail. It was Bill Beneke that literally changed the dynamic of that to make them interchangeable. That made it, then we could add articulation and we could do that. But it would have been probably the exact same figures that you had in the 80s, but they decided not to do that and then take it next step.
Yeah.
So Turtles are the only retro figure on the market right now that's basically from the same molds.
Except Michelangelo.
No, I'm saying from the same molds. They're taking from the molds of the original figures. Like,
Correct.
if you think about it, like, tell me another toy line that's out there doing that.
Star
Wars?
You don't like Origins. Why? I'm actually curious. I think that's like the best toy line out there.
I would say that there is, even if you don't like them, there are some Star Wars. Yeah, but Star Wars Retro is not the same figures, though. They're just not. If you look at them, they're not from the same molds. Like Turtles are literally from the same molds.
The Star Wars figures are and like Indiana Jones, they're softer. They took the original figure.
They are similar for sure.
Yeah,
but they're not the same. They're not like Turtles.
What they did was like, so a guy like Stan Solo will actually like take an original and make a 1-1 replica, right? Using a physical mold. What these guys do is like what the hell's the name of the company? Gentle Giant. They actually scan the figures, right? They like 3D scan them, and that's why they're softer. They're not capturing the, minute details. Now, Mike, here's a good question, because this is something I want to talk about in the future with you, especially because Todd McFarlane hates you and me.
Real quick though, clearance, Mike, you'll get them on clearance, guaranteed. You'll get those on clearance in like Walmart and like Targets and stuff.
Which figures?
Star Wars, like the Star Wars stuff, because he's saying that they're overpriced. Oh, you're talking about Origins. Clearance still. You'll be able to get them on clearance as well, because I think Kreg.
I never see Origins on clearance.
I actually bought my Snake figures on clearance. Literally after it came out.
What's bullshit is I just paid, I think, $35 for King Randor, because it was like, couldn't ever find him. Who needs BK? Have it your way. We all need Burger King in our life. And then they just announced they're re-releasing him. I'm missing one figure. One. And it pisses me. I don't count Sunman. I don't want that crap. I am so pissed off. Camo Khan. He's the only figure I don't have in my collection.
They made two of those. There was like a Power Con one, and there was another one, right?
Well, that's the classics one. Origins was the Mattel exclusive. Yeah.
Basic Con? I mean, like, I was buying those. I was all over the place with that.
I have regular Cobra Con, but I need the camo one. Like, that one is like only one.
You were saying something, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
yeah, it goes back to this question up here, which is something that I really thought was a cool question. Right here. Did kids want Spawn figures in the 90s? No adults bought them. That is such an important question.
Oh, wow. Like, you're talking about the 90s. The 90s is a whole different story altogether, because that's when we had a toy saturation, right? I mean, like, this was the worst and the best for toys, because if you think about it, there's so many lines were competing against each other, and everybody was buying everything. So, like, you had the whole idea of retro wasn't even there, right? Wait a minute.
Right.
The 90s. Let's see. Hold on. No, because it wasn't until 2000s where you actually got back into the retro again. I think because it was like 2001 is when they did No, it would have been.
Well, Spawn Spawn started off obviously Todd Toys, but there was like correct me if I'm wrong. There was like 2 waves of Spawn figures at Todd Toys when they looked like the X-Men toys, like they were compatible with X-Men. There was like, articulated elbows, this and that. Then they got like huge. They were like 6-7 inches, and then they would break as you would move them. And then he started just doing statues. But you collected Spawn when they came out, right?
I bought a few. Yeah, I bought a few. I bought like Mel Balgi and stuff because that shit was supposed to have like real horse hair, and I was like, oh man, I want that.
Yeah.
And then I got like Angela. I just never was really into the figure. I never opened them. I did like the Max. Like the Max was like the shit. Like I love the Max.
Yeah,
even when Shocker Toys did it, I bought all his fucking shit. Mr. Gone too. But I bought it from him. I did not order shit from that site because man, he was just
comic stores were really the ones, correct me if I'm wrong, that hyped Spawn up because
first wave.
Like Toy Wiz was like jacking those prices up, and people were going crazy. I remember before it was Toy Wiz, it was Wizard World, right? And they had a Malbolgia sitting on a shelf, and it was like $125, right? So that was a single carded figure. So I'm calling around because I'm like probably like 13 at the time, and you know, you think you're gonna put the stuff away, you're gonna be a millionaire in the future. My mom, I go upstairs one day, I'm like, Mom, I just called Kmart over in Jersey, which was a hike. I'm like, they got him, they got the figure. So she's like, oh, for fuck's sake, fine. So she drives me there, and we got it was the Kmart exclusive. It was a black and silver Spawn with the Malbolgia 2-pack. And that is 16. I'm not that old. Come on, geez. I still have it in the box, and now it's worth like not even the gas it took to drive.
Are you talking about the medieval Spawn Malbolgia 2-pack from Kmart? I have 4 or 5 of those over there.
Do you? We drove.
I refuse to fucking sell those. I refuse.
No, cool. We drove in the middle of the night to get that. I'll never forget it. It was like as they were closing, and it was just like I called and like, yeah, we have a set. All right.
Coolest toy that they've ever made. Like honestly, that was the coolest set that I think ever came out to Spawn.
I'm not buying the new Spawn stuff, but the new medieval Spawn, dude, if I see that, I'm getting that. Medieval Spawn's the shit, dude.
Todd has no place in doing fucking retro. No place at all. I want to tell him that to his fucking face. Like when I saw those Superpowers figures come out, I was like, fuck you, man. Fuck you.
Like,
fuck you. Like that is complete bullshit. Complete bullshit.
How about we contact him this week, and maybe the next show we'll have a segment with him. Maybe you'll get your chance, Mike.
Do I have that 2-pack sitting over here? Do you have the 2-pack accessible to you? The Spawn 2-pack? Do you?
No, that's in the garage.
Retro Superpowers, yeah, fuck them things. I was so pissed off to see that. It just, you know, for someone that literally used to talk shit on retro figures, he used to talk shit on them. It's not what, you know, like I don't want those. Fuck them, you know, like, and I was like, no way, come on, you know, I just never, ever would have been even close.
The retro Superpowers, the vehicles are fantastic, though. Oh my god, they're like, you know, I can't afford the Batmobile.
The vehicles are cool. I'm going to give them that. I think other than the toys, they. I wish he would have just did something. I wish he would have did like a continuation of the line, but did something a little bit different that was in the same sculpts, right? So if he would have did Superpowers, he should have taken a fucking Kenner sculpts as Superpowers, repainted them, and do something else with them, and then make fucking Captain El Rey.
Yep. Hold on, I'm going to trigger everybody real quick. Hold on. Mike, tell them that joke you know.
I'm gonna go see if I have that over here. I do. I got it. I'll show you, Mike. I got it right here.
There we go. Got it.
Oh, you got it? You got a picture of it?
Yes, I did.
All right. Because literally, that's it.
Look at this thing. That is a gorgeous box. That is a great figure set. I mean, the box on mine is like all beat up now and everything. It's a mess, but
I have 4 of those. Yeah, I remember picking them up right off the shelf. Deathstroke kind of look. I have not seen that figure. Actually, I'm a kind of a fan of. This is my favorite. That was my favorite set. That set right there is my absolute favorite set of Spawn. There was never for me. If I was to go with any Spawn piece and anybody would tell me that, it would be that set right there. So, yes, I would still go out of my way today. If he would have brought that back out, I would probably be like, damn, dude.
I agree with this. What Todd should do with the Superpower stuff is just honestly not make modern stuff. Like I would really love now, tell me if I'm wrong here. Do you remember the old, obviously the Kenner line and everything? Imagine if he filled in the gaps and just made Joker thugs from the 89 movie and a Vicky Vale. Who doesn't want a Vicky Vale figure, or at least like a little bit more accurate Penguin? That'd be awesome.
You know, I think what the problem was is that he went with Superpower. The Superpowers idea that he was doing was just, he went in a complete different direction. Like, it's not even close.
The Black Manta looks awesome. That figure actually does fit in pretty nice. They're what, like an inch bigger, the figures? like the new ones, they're too beefy.
I think what he should have taken the original molds. Like, I honestly think that he should have went and got Kenner's original molds, because I mean, honestly,
they're probably gone.
No, of course not. Kenner doesn't get rid of molds. That's right in that's going to be right there in Ohio. It's going to be right there at PowerCon.
The Commando Spawn figure is amazing. That's a lot of accessories on him, though.
Commando Spawn was neat too. I got to say though that it's just
the Manga Spawn was actually beautiful.
Do you remember? Okay, so do you remember getting those Malbolgia Spawn Medieval Spawn 2-packs? Do you remember what they were selling for back in the day?
Mine actually still has a sticker on it. I believe it's $19.99.
Not that. I'm talking about when they were scalped. I'm saying when they would buy those, and then it never. No,
they were about $100.
Was it?
Yeah.
Or was it like 75? I thought they were like $75. But you're probably right. They probably.
I have so many old toy guides that I could probably go through it.
I think they were like $75 because I remember going to toy shows and I ended up selling them when I was getting them because fuck man. Like as a kid, I'm like shit. I'll buy that. Okay, so all right, well, real quick. Here's another question, guys. I got another question for you. As a scalper, would you consider a 12-year-old kid that buys something from the shelf and sells it back for fuck money? Would that be a scalper?
What's fuck money?
No, I'm saying like buys it for $20, sells it for $75. Kid collector. Would you consider him a scalper?
I think he should be given up for adoption. I think he should be, his parents should disown him, get rid of him. He's gonna be a horrible person. He's gonna kill animals. He's gonna be
I think kid's hustling, man. I think he's I think he's hustling.
I see a lot of kids do that with the Pokemon stuff and everything. And listen, it's it is what it is, man. Me personally, I would never spend a lot of money even on a comic. To me, listen, everyone has a preference. To me, it's just paper. But like a toy is a tangible thing, so to each his own.
I think that a kid taking it out of the hands of another kid to sell it is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
But like if you're, I don't know. I mean, like, because we'd probably be the people buying it off of them.
Well, what if it's a kid that wants to put it on his wall for a year and then sell it?
That's not a scalper. That's a collector.
No, that's a collector. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a good question. Comment rather. They can't get a real job and they need fuck money.
That makes complete sense.
I know. Meow says hi, everyone.
Makes sense.
Let me see here. Yeah, not if it's a one-time thing. I actually agree with that. You know what? Yes. Alf said it best. Not if it's a one-time thing. I'll agree with that.
Yeah, but you're bitten at that point. That it doesn't become a one-time thing, man. As a kid,
if it's not
shit.
If it's not drugs, at least it's toys. Fine. Whatever.
Yeah. I agree with that. I just think that like because when I was a kid, I'm not gonna lie, I used to flip shit all the time, man. Like I would go from flea market to flea market.
Really?
Oh God, yeah. That's how I got that's how I was getting my class. I didn't have a job at like 6-7 years old. We were fucking poor as shit. Are you kidding me?
You were one of the kids from Temple of Doom working in there getting whipped.
Yeah, of course. I got here. Hold on. No, no, but I'll say this is like. I was going from place to place. We would go to like 3 or 4 flea markets in a weekend, and I would just keep flipping, until I got something cooler. But I guess you're doing it to get a better toy in your collection. So I guess it's a little bit different.
Is it scalping if you wait a couple of years to sell a hot item? Oof, not really. No,
it's not. No, that's not scalping.
No, scalping. I guess
even Mike even said it. Yeah, that shit has to pay rent somehow. Those figures have to pay rent.
I guess scalping is more, just buying everything in a store and then that's it. Yes.
Yeah, but if you buy everything in the store and you still wait 2 years to sell it, it's still not.
No, it's like if you go if you go to Target and you buy 3 sorceresses and then you put them online the next day.
Yeah, it's pretty sure. Yeah, it's scalping. That's definitely hitting a nerve because for me, I find that kind of like crappy.
Little kid when I was a teen tried to sell me my camel head Star Wars guys back. I had all my stuff back home. Like, Jesus. Did you buy it? I'm actually kind of curious. Did you buy the figure? I hope you did.
He did. He got it all back.
Did he? Good.
Yeah. Oh, he just gave it to him, and then holy shit, he was trying to sell it back to you. That's fucked.
Who is that? They're coming up Facebook user for me. I took it back. That's why Rick is salty.
Rick is salty.
Let me see here. So, Mike, do you want to wrap with our favorite segment of the show?
What is that?
You know. You goddamn know. What's our favorite segment?
We've got a few.
I'm trying to think. of if I have one this time.
Okay, I got a question for you, man. The whole Trinidad thing, man. We're gonna have to talk about that on the next show.
About how we lost our sponsorship and we need a new one and we can't get one because Dan Larson has all of them.
Well, that too.
Magic Spoon.
Do you think he's a scalper?
Oh yeah, Larson definitely is a scalper, big time. He actually has like 20 storage units just filled with Magic Spoon cereal.
Yeah,
that's why in other countries people are starving because he actually just gets sponsored by Magic Spoon over and over, and they send him nothing but cereal. He doesn't get paid in money; he gets paid in cereal.
Dan Larson gets sent free shit, and he scalps the fuck out of it. He does. He gets it. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do a video," and he basically never does the video, and he puts that shit right on the bay, dude, immediately for like 4 times the amount of money. He doesn't even pay for it, and he fucking scalps the shit.
Oh my god! Hey, real quick, did everybody get the PowerCon Zoloworld exclusives? I hope you did. They're selling out real fast.
Oh, they're scalping them, right?
Yeah, well, Big Bad Toy Store is actually scalping the PowerCon figures.
I don't even have those figures. Like, Val bought them all, so
yeah.
For that and the Death Dealers for.
So, guys, if you're gonna buy the PowerCon exclusives, get them through PowerCon because Big Bad Toy Store is like, hey, good for them, but they are charging like double the price.
How does that work? Like, how is that working right now with PowerCon? Do you got to buy?
Yeah, you got to buy
the figure, right?
Yeah, you got to buy like a ticket, I guess. So I guess that's where Big Bad Toy Store is actually kind of like.
No, you don't.
Borderline breaking. No,
he's up. So there's a non-attendee. Because I was just looking at this. There's a non-attendee way of getting the figure. So if you're gonna get the figure, you got to buy a ticket when you're gonna be at the show, and then you got to buy the figure. You pre-order the figures for the cheaper, for the less, the more cost-effective price. If you're a non-attendee, you got to spend like $15 more, $10 or $15 more for the figure. Jeez. But if you don't get a ticket, you don't have to buy a ticket. You just got to do that and then pay for shipping. And shipping's a lot, like from what people are telling me. And I had a conversation with Val, and he said to me he can't control shipping because it's
right. I bought the what was it last year? It was the faker with the cat. I forget what his name was. Copycat, not Copycat.
Chris, what's going on, buddy?
The shipping on that was ridiculous, but that's not a thing.
What is it today though for that figure? Like what are those figures go for?
Let's look that up real quick. Let's see here. Baker.
You're scalping if you were to sell it 2 years later.
I mean, listen, that's mine. I ain't selling that. You know what pisses me off real quick? I just got to say this real quick. Just get it off my shoulders. You know the kind of guys you see online, and I always see them on like Mattel forums and everything. They go, "Oh, I'm missing one figure and I can't find it, so I'm going to sell the rest of the toy line." No, you're not. So you mean to tell me you're giving up a potentially like $3,000-$4,000 investment of figures because you can't find one figure?
I've seen
You'll find it down the road. Like, calm down.
I've seen someone throw a tantrum so bad that it got to the point where when Mattel was selling out in seconds for classics, people were like, I'm fucking done. And they would quit. They would quit. Exclusive con pre-orders. Well, I'll tell you, the John, the pre-order for the Zolocon this year is going to go towards. We had to up it to a wolf sanctuary, so we're giving a portion to the wolves for the ice wolf. So, as a matter of fact,
Well, you actually you have several wolves in your collection, like real wolves. Like you collect real wildlife.
that guy. So this is the new Expo guide, right? That everybody's getting. So when you got your boxes, you're going to get the new Expo guides in there. You'll see those. Hope to see a lot of you guys at Zolocon. That'll be fun. It's a fun show.
Let's see here. Toot. 1 second. So, according to the Bay, yeah,
When did that come out? It was last year's?
about a year and a half ago.
2021, yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong; it's a great figure, but it's literally just a freaking repaint. You could just make one for like probably $30. But you know what? Honestly, I love the art, and Faker was one of those characters that kind of needs a cat. So
You can, Rick. It's on the Zolocon site. If you go, you can get a ticket and just say that you're not able to make it. And what we do is we'll just ship it to you. So you don't need to worry about shipping or anything. It'll just be, I think it's the price of whatever the price of the ticket, the figure is.
you know what actually would be really cool, and I was actually rapping recently.
Yeah, they're getting part of the profit. Yeah.
Oh, actually, before we jump out of here,
would be the shit. That would be shit. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that actually would be badass.
Yeah, I'm actually considering that right now. Actually,
That's really cool.
a good idea.
We just got approval actually yesterday from Image 10, amazing licensor partners, for a new. Speaking of like scalping and collecting, totally just went over my head here. For the Night of the Living Dead figures, we just got approval for a subscription bonus item. So you're hearing it here first and only time, because we're going to announce all the details in October at Living Dead Weekend. But what's really interesting is Image 10 just approved of an item that if you go all in on Night of the Living Dead figures, not only is it going to be a little bit more cost effective for you, but you're going to get bonus items, including a real world item. So I'm curious to see the incentives for that. If you go all in, it's not going to be the point where there's actually scalping. It's going to be very tradable with your friends to kind of collect certain aspects from the movie. So I think a lot of people are going to really like that.
That's gonna be it's gonna be awesome.
So that will be a lot of fun. Yes, Mike is always serious. Mike has never joked before. No, but I can tell when Mike is serious. No, Mike is probably going to make Faker Slayer. That'd be
a lot of fun. I'm thinking like I wanted to make those colors again, but I want to do it a little bit darker. So just change it up a little bit.
But I was thinking too with Night of the Living Dead. A lot of the actors there too have cats. I'm a cat guy myself. I keep rescuing cats for some reason, and it would be cool since you're doing the thing with the wolves or whatever. It would be kind of cool to work out a little program for like a cat thing, like a cat sanctuary or whatever, with an exclusive figure. If that's something you guys are into, that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, anything to do for the animals. I mean, we're doing one for the Fuge actually. When we do the private ham figure,
fuck apes.
I want to do the Save the Chimps too. That's going to be a portion of the proceeds.
Chimps are horrible. No,
No,
bro, you've seen Planet of the Apes, man. You know what's going to happen.
Did you see Nope? The movie Nope?
No, not yet. No, not yet.
Fuck. Wow. Like if you guys seen Nope, it is.
Yo, Planet of the Apes, bro, has made me eternally nervous about monkeys. They're gonna take over, man. I can't support that. No, I do, but that's cool.
I want to do a charity for pretty much any of that stuff. It's
see, John agrees with me. Chimps rip faces off and eat them. You ever see that girl? She's on Oprah and she's like, ah. Bro, I don't trust monkeys, man. They're vicious creatures, man. I wish I had names right now because animal people fucking rock and roll. Animal charities are cool except cats. Cats suck. Well, fuck you very much. I don't know who that is, so sorry. Mike, who is that?
It's a banner.
It's a banner. Cat,
Yeah.
really? Cats suck? You're dead to me, bro. You're dead to me. As a cat dad, I'm down for that. All right, I don't know who that is, but
So what type of cat figure would you make, though?
I wouldn't even make a cat. I would just do an exclusive to go directly to,
Fucking lame. Just lame. Has nothing to do with
You're
the
a cat fucking dead in Night of the Living Dead.
Cats are the biggest assholes. I
Yeah.
love them to death. They're assholes. They're
See,
like
cat foundations for spay and neutering. Yep.
they are.
Cats.
You make a cat toy.
Crazy.
Man. You want to make it like a cat action figure. That's what it would be.
I don't know if they would let us do a zombie cat.
Yeah, of course they would. Why not? As a matter of fact, holy shit! I just thought about it. I can't say anything.
Do you remember the Incredible Crash Dummies? There was a roadkill. Okay, this is kind of funny.
Prototype.
Careful, people that don't like cats drink Bud Light.
Any cat owner has to agree the cats are.
How? Did a cat attack you when you were a kid? I'm just kind of curious. I've never met a person that hates cats. Never.
So you like SWAT cats?
Yeah, hell yeah. Thundercats, you ho.
Scratch the cat.
How? I'm just kind of curious. I've never met a person
I'm
that
trying.
hates. But no, it's it's funny. It's I would love to do something for that. Actually, one of the actresses from Night of the Living Dead, she's a huge cat advocate. She's got a bunch. So I'd be curious if she would do something with us direct for that.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. A whole series of zombie cats would just be crazy.
Oh, Incredible Crash Dummies, right? So going back to that, there was a 2-pack, and it was a roadkill cat and a roadkill dog. How the fuck did they make that and get away with it?
They actually make that?
Yeah.
Shit, I have Crash Test Dummies. I've never seen them.
There was also, actually, it's kind of funny. It's funny, but not funny.
Shit,
Depending who you ask. They made a baby, right? And the baby was in a car seat, and you could plug the car seat into the back of a car. So when you smash the car, the baby through the car seat, the buckle would unlatch and send the baby through the windshield. Awesome.
Fucking great. That is amazing.
I'm actually looking it up now. Crash Test Dummies cat dog. Hold on.
I mean, like shit. I'm trying to think of like how many actual.
Oh, this is fucking brutal. Hold on.
I can't even think.
Oh my god! And I have this set too. I got cat scratch fever as a kid, and I have 2 cats. They do what they want. And one I even call Penis Head. What?
I just don't like the cat.
Is that a banner still?
Yeah, it's so funny.
That's great. I love Bud Light, Coors Light, Miller Light, and all light beers and cat fuel enjoy. I just don't like the cat. See, there you go. Some proof ice cream. Okay, hold on. I'm loading up an image for you guys. Hold on. If I could ever get this to work. It'd be really great if my computer was fast. That'd be really great. I would appreciate that. Here we go. There's even tire tracks on it.
What the?
They don't make them like they used to.
Does that come down back? Does it actually make an actual cat?
Sure does. Sure does.
Oh shit.
Hold on. I got another one. Hold on. There we go. It's Hubcat and Bumper. That's so fucked up.
I've never seen that. I didn't even know that was a thing, man. I'm not a okay. So the person who worked on Crash Test Dummies, do you know that he's at Zolocon? The guy
Really?
that those? Yeah, it's the guy Brian. It was upstairs. He was doing the bendies. Do you remember the guy that did the bendies with the
Shut
hair?
up. Are you kidding?
He did Cadillacs and dinosaurs too. Yeah.
Dude, are you kidding?
No. Like,
No way.
Yeah. He just moved too, but he's like he loves the show, so he goes. But yeah, he did the Crash Test Dummies. Yeah.
I had no freaking idea. I know there was like a lot of like legal problems with that toy line.
That dude is a dick. I love it. But man, is he a dick. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, he like I'd never forget like one of our first conversations. I didn't know if I liked him or hated him. It's like, oh man.
I love how like there's a lot of banter about cats now. We're now going to be scanning Screwbait for that cat. Matter of fact, cat people are the best. I love cat people and sharing life. What's going on? No, honestly, if you don't like cats, that's fine. I don't care.
Who's all coming out here to Millersburg to the Zolocon here in October? That's going to be a fun fucking event, man. We have some cool shit going on up here. Look, they're going to give me these guides now. Kreg, check this out, dude. I got these guides, and it tells you everything that's going on in town.
Are we sending everyone to goodies?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't wait. All right, here we go. Last one for the night. Here we go.
Oh, my God.
So tell me, guys, is this not the most fucked thing ever? So the car seat, the blue part, right? Actually, so the gray part collapses, and the baby goes right on its face and dies straight up, right? But the funny thing is you can make it suck its thumb, and then the impact from the seatbelt when it flies off knocks the hand into the mouth. So the baby would essentially break its jaw or choke to death, right? Now, the blue part is detachable, and you can stick that in the backseat of the car, and then that detaches and sends the baby through the windshield. It's ridiculous.
Back when you can get away with that. Like today, it's not.
No, Abana is okay. We love Abana in here.
That's so funny.
We just all have to bust his chops now. That's it.
Zolocon in Orlando. Yeah, wow. That would be insane. But no, I do them local to me. Make them easy. I have about enough time to kind of do it. So,
catastrophe. Zolocon will be fun. I know this year it's very, very packed, very, very busy. Come on, man. You know, you're good, bro. You good. But next year is going, Zolocon's going to be very heavy with the retro reverse stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And by next year, we're going to have a few more celebrity guests too.
I'm hoping so. Yeah, I'm hoping so. I'd like to. I'm working with a few things we're trying to play with a little bit, but there's so much of a juggle right now just to kind of figure out even location wise now. So
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see.
Do you think we could get Hitler at the show? I had to shoehorn the Indiana Jones reference back in there just to get people like, what the fuck's this guy talking about? No, celebrities would be fun, man. Like I know the line for Mike Grell, Jesus Christ, that was insane. So it's like I know
I want to get him back.
Yeah, Mike Grell would be fun to have back. There was the guy that I really wanted to bring on down from what the hell was the show? Oh my God, he works on the show and I can't think of his name right now. Such a cool dude. Venture Brothers that I know. Oh my God, I'm losing his name right now.
Oh, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, he was one of the animators from Venture Brothers. Super cool dude. He worked on the 2000 X Ninja Turtles. He was a character designer and a background designer for that. Guys in the comments, let us know what you're looking to see too. You know, would you guys want Night of the Living Dead actors down there? Would you guys want TV show actors? We can bring people back from the dead too. We're Mike is big into necromancy. He studies ancient spells. Mike, what spell book you have? No. Okay.
Diecast shows. Yeah, I mean, like you're going to see a lot of diecast. I mean, that was the MO up here for a long time, and then that all
come here.
It hurts. It all changed. Yeah, it all changed. I remember FX used to be in Florida, which used to be like one of the best conventions out there. And then they came up here for a little bit as well, but I don't know how FX is doing even today.
We want ashes and urns. What was a celebrity that got cremated? I know the guy. Actually, you know what? Speaking of urns, you know what's really cool that I just saw recently? The guy who played Zombie from Pee Wee's Playhouse, right?
Get out of town.
He was cremated, and Elvira and Paul Rubens Pee Wee were his best friends in real life.
Look at that comment, Kreg, on the bottom. Facebook user.
I wish I had the picture right now. I'd put it up.
I try to avoid him at all costs, Rick. He called me up on the phone, and he's like, "I got frequent follower miles. I'm going to come on out."
Mike, why aren't you inviting me to your show, Mike?
I don't have time to advertise you, man. I got like you only got like a few months, like a month. Oh, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So like I kind of blew him off, and then we go to fucking Ruth Chris, and he shows up at Ruth Chris, and he's like, and then he realized who I was. Oh God,
I'm looking for the picture.
Oh man, yeah, that was bad. That was bad. I have it somewhere. Well, you found it?
No, I can't find it.
A couple years ago.
Give me a second. Hold on.
I was like, get the fuck out of here. Well, he's a stone cold killer, Rick. I don't know if you know that. He was a mercenary that went down to like Brazil and shit. He was fucking offing people. Like he would get hits. They would actually tell him they would get hit. He'd tell you the fucking stories too. He's no joke. He'll fuck around.
Mike, what year was that? COVID was still a thing. I mean, it still is, but
it would have been 21, I think. Or would it 2020? No, it would have been 2021.
Was it? Yeah.
Was it 2021? It might have been 2020. I don't either. Shit. April. It would have been April because of the April convention. We were at Chiller. So it was the end of one of those. I know it wasn't October. So it'd have been April, probably either 2020 or 2021.
What's funny is how he kind of is in the movie Ted is kind of how he is in real life. You guys want a party? Remember, he's like, you guys want to have a flash party? And we're like, what the fuck is a flash party? He's like, it's a party. It's a flash party. And we're like, bro, what?
He was, yeah. But like I said, he was a mercenary.
He's a cool motherfucker.
I had Krista call him up. I was like, cause she loved Flash Gordon and shit. I was like, here, you call him. I can deal with this. I want to talk to Mike. I want to talk to the guy that I was talking to. Why do I got to talk to you? He said to me at the show, he's like, so I got in touch with someone else, and I was like, oh, yeah. You had someone else call me. You didn't want to talk to me. I was like, no, it wasn't that.
You should have had me. You should have had me call him. I'd be like, "Hi, Sam. It's me, Sam." And he'd be like, "What? Yeah, you know how I'm actually you from another dimension." And he just goes,
"Call Trace. Coming up. I'm gonna take your head off your shoulders."
Why would you do that to me? Who is this? It's me. What? It's not like Stone Cold Steve Austin fighting with Stone Cold Steve Austin. What?
That was yeah, that was a mess. That whole situation was a mess.
I cannot find the picture to save my life. Are you sure it was April?
It wasn't October, was it? It wouldn't have been an October show. Would it have? I don't think so.
I don't know.
But yeah,
This is gonna take me hours.
I think people have seen it already though, because I showed that on my page.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Me taking a selfie of myself when these guys are taking a picture with Sam Jones.
That it was funny to see his like reaction when he looked at that. He's like, "Yeah, all right, whatever, doesn't matter."
Doesn't matter. I'm drunk anyway at the end of the night. I'm gonna party flash style.
Yeah,
bring it home.
I'm gonna go home and flash people. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
Come on, men. What? Oh man.
But I'm trying to see. Do we have anything else? Are we out of here? It's 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Yeah, we're 2.5 hours into this here. I was just doing a live unboxing and it just turned into a whole thing.
Jesus Christ!
I want to thank everybody tonight for coming out and watching our shenanigans again as usual. The next that we do, we gotta definitely brief them on the Trinidad thing, and there'll be more shenanigans with that. So that'll be good.
It was real. It was fun, but it wasn't real fun. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight for another edition of Mike and Kreg vs. Pest. Oh, come on. Yeah, it's true.
It was definitely true. I mean,
it's so true. It's absolutely true.
It was begging
the 80s. That was last week. The 80s just happened. What are you talking about? That was last week.
To do an action figure, like begging me horribly to do it. I was like, no.
It just made who just made the Flash figures from the movie?
NECA.
Yeah, but somebody did them in like 3 3/4. And they did like the Rocketeer too.
Oh, that's right.
Somebody did it.
He begged them.
Later, John. Have a good one, man.
Yeah, have a good night, John. Yep. And thank you again, guys. I really appreciate you coming out and just
absolutely. Yeah, sorry for the late delay, guys. We had a bad flood here. It was we had a bad storm. I'm gonna have to repair my ceiling this week, so yay. But we were here. We did it. We got through it. 2.5 hours later, we're alive. We made it, and that's all because of you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Mike, you have anything to close out with?
No, I'm pretty good. Pretty good.
Well, we're gonna make another page soon too for everyone to kind of stay up to date with not just the Realm of the Underworld stuff, for the 3 3/4 stuff too, because we got the Ape stuff, we got the Night of the Living Dead stuff, and we need like one central place for everyone to get all updates.
Oh, we got for the next show, real quick, for the next Zoloverld show, it's apes versus robots. So this will be kind of fun for you guys too. So we have a whole thing coming with that.
And we're going to have a preview pretty soon for the Halloween figure, because I know it was like the witch, the pumpkin, and the skeleton. So this year is the pumpkin.
So stay tuned. Well, it's going to be a whole lot more fun coming, plus more crazy content.
You too.
Good.
All right, guys. Well, I'll let Mike close out the show. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It was a blast having you guys, and I hope you guys all have a great weekend. Thank you so much again for joining us. Mike, you want to close us out?
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, definitely. Thanks again, guys. And don't forget that we'll be making more announcements here soon with the next show that's coming up. Be the Zoloverld show, and then I think there's a couple conventions coming up too. That I know we got PowerCon coming up, so I'll be out there. So I don't know how many guys will be out there, hanging. I know Amato is coming out there, Joe Amato and people. But then ZoloCon's right after that, so I'd like to see you guys there. That'd be really cool. So yeah. Also, your packages have shipped if you ordered, so that's good. If you ordered the Cosmic Cosmicos, the Cosmic Guardian figures from Argentina, they'll be shipping too. Very shortly. They're in another location, so we're going to be juggling that. But anyway, thanks again, guys. This was a blast. I hope that guys learned a little bit of stuff with the Indiana Jones stuff. I know I did, so this is cool. But have a great night, and thank you so much. Kreg, if we got a closer.
We do. Catch you guys later. Have a good weekend, guys.
Coming this fall to Channel 5, Jace and the Real Warriors. She-Ra, Princess of Power. The series premiere of Realm of the Underworld. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Thundercats,